Hello viewers, I am Dr. Ritu Hari, medical geneticist at Kraft Hospital based in Kodangalur. I will be talking about genetic studies which we practice at Kraft from 10 years. Genetics is a very well accepted field in Europe, US, that is in foreign countries. In India, it took a bit of time to come in because we Indians have accepted genetic studies in a different level. But now I'm proud to say that after practicing genetics, especially reproductive genetics in Kraft since 10 years, we have been offering good services, so we have good patient success rate. So today I will be highlighting the most advanced and sophisticated services available at our center. Traditionally, prenatal diagnostic methods, that means after the pregnancy has happened or after conception, people were practicing, many clinicians were practicing. That is when a baby is found to have abnormality, when the first baby has abnormality, and when the patient gets pregnant second time, the amniotic fluid surrounding the uterus will be aspirated and then sent for studies for chromosomal problems or any genetic issues. Alternatively, we have chorionic villus sampling as well, which is done at 12 weeks to ensure the fetus is chromosomally or genetically normal. Now we have something called non-invasive prenatal testing. These two techniques, amniocentesis and chorionic villus sampling, is a bit invasive procedure. With the help of a needle, clinician will be aspirating the fetal tissue, the placental tissue or the amniotic fluid. But in non-invasive prenatal testing, what is happening is at the 12 weeks, starting at the 9th week of pregnancy itself, we can draw mother's blood. A simple blood test will actually reveal the status of fetal chromosomes, especially Down syndrome, which is common in highly advanced maternal age. When some mothers conceive between 35 to 40 years, they have high chances of getting a Down's baby. However, it is not always true. Even young mothers, as per my experience, I have seen young mothers also get Down's baby. So this kind of non-invasive prenatal testing, which is a simple blood test which do not involve any needle pricking in the stomach or during the pregnancy, it is just collecting a simple blood from the pregnant mother and then testing for the chromosomal status. Now, how the non-invasive prenatal testing works and why is it different from other prenatal methods like amnio-CVS, or how NIPT is different from other biochemical screening methods, I will be talking about it. So non-invasive prenatal testing methods, or the NIPT, works on the principle of cell-free fetal DNA. When a lady is pregnant, the fetal DNA keeps circulating in her blood, and from the placenta, the DNA can travel across to the mother's blood as well. So when we collect mother's blood, around 10 ml of mother's blood in a special tube, the special tube actually keeps the DNA intact. And if you collect the blood in any other different tube, the technology may not work. Plus there are very special considerations to be taken. And since we do it here from last 7-8 years, NIPT, we make sure that the fetal fraction is very accurate. Any fetal fraction which is less than 4% will give you inaccurate results. So what is fetal fraction? From the mother's blood, when you extract the DNA, the cell-free DNA, the cell-free DNA will have DNA from both mother and the fetus. So in our technology, we can actually differentiate. We can actually take out only the fetal fraction and study the fetal chromosomes, which will let us know whether the fetus has any chromosomal abnormalities or not. Imagine a scenario where a mother is aged 28 years. She do not want to undergo any other screening. She has come late to your clinic. How NIPT testing is different from other biochemical methods. Biochemical methods like the double marker, triple marker, or the quadruple testing. Now NIPT actually works on basis. It works on the basis of technology where sequencing is performed. Sequencing is performed for both the mother and the fetal DNA, and there is a comparison between both. So mother's DNA serves as the control against the fetus, and that will tell us whether how many copies of chromosomes are present. Consider a scenario where a mother is chromosomally normal and she carries a Down's fetus. So when we sequence in the NGS using NIPT, we will come to know whether fetus has some problem or not, whether chromosomally normal or abnormal. But what happens in the triple marker or the double marker or the quadruple is we just collect the sample We run the plasma against, it is an automated technology. It's like a hormone, analyzer, which will give you only the reading based on the software, what it is calculating. It is no sequencing is involved. So NIPT is very, very accurate and sensitive based test, which will actually tell you all the chromosomal information. And however, triple test, quadruple and double marker are restricted to only 3 chromosomes, that is 13, 18 and 21. So in NIPT we are concentrating in all the chromosomal information. All the 23 pairs of chromosomes are equally checked in NIPT. What are the indications of doing a non-invasive prenatal testing? Suppose, as I said earlier, if a patient has missed her NT scan or she has not been able to come to clinic, then we can offer her a direct NIPT testing at whatever week she is coming, but we should not go beyond 28 weeks because the sensitivity of the test does not work very well. Plus, it is accurate, it is good for patients who have a family history of Down syndrome, who has a history of previous pregnancy history of trisomy 13 or any other trisomy 18 problems like chromosomal problems, or a patient who wants to get a confirmation, chromosomal confirmation. Then there are many patients like that, because these days patients try to ensure that their fetus is absolutely have no chromosomal problems. Then they are for people who are overage, that is above 35 years, who has conceived and wants to get testing. Another biggest advantage of getting an NIPT done is, in case there is a doubt, suppose there is a scan abnormality being picked up, but that particular scan abnormality is very, very minimum. Minimum in the sense it is not going to, we are not sure whether baby will be born with that problem or it is just being seen in that particular week or month of the scan. So in that cases, most of the abnormalities are related to chromosomal issues. So when you do an NIPT, patient and the clinician gets rest assured. If the report comes out to be normal, then we being a clinicians, we can tell them that report is being normal. Maybe in the next scan, this particular problem may not be seen, as it is very, very small thing. So in such cases, it has a greater advantage over any other testing. Plus, you need not IVF, all the pregnancies, in fact, I would say not only IVF, all the pregnancies, even natural pregnancies are very, very precious pregnancies. So every pregnancy should not be given the option of doing an amniocentesis or a chorionic villus sampling. I have seen that many places, if there is a high risk of any triple test or a double marker or a quadruple testing, clinicians may push the patient for amniocentesis. As I said earlier, triple test, double marker or quadruple has got lesser sensitivity and accuracy compared to NIPT. Even though suppose in 100 cases, 80% of the times when triple or double marker has shown high risk, the amniocentesis results come normal. So there is an always correlation between scan finding and a biochemical finding. But then in such cases, NIPT is very, very accurate and sensitive to pick up any abnormality. So instead of pushing the patient for double marker, triple marker or any other biochemical, NIPT is a good option.